Greetings, I am Lies.
And I am Scandal.
And
let's play a game together. Aha!
Alrighty, so as you can see, there is another colorful bundle available that I have no idea how it would connect to the story. So none of these bundles, after the first one, have ever been connected to an event of any kind,
actually.
And I, again, am curious what happens if you buy them, like where they go if they're not part of an event.
Right.
And so if anyone has bought, or if you know anyone who's bought any of these extra bundles, we would love to hear about it and where in their garden it lives. And if they tell you anything about it when you get it, like if you purchase it and then it unlocks some story and explains how he comes to the garden and gives you like a mini piece of like plot or experience, like that would be worth the money more, I think, if you wanted more story in your game.
Right.
But again, the bronze offer was free, and then it would be like $18, I guess, to get this guy permanently somewhere in your space. But I feel like there's also, again, not enough detail about how these bundles work. But we're going to get right into the game now, so welcome back.
So here we go. All right, so
we got to remove the machine parts.
Yeah,
because nobody's going to assume that's actually supposed to be here or is part of something functional.
Yep, so here we go. Here we go.
Here we go.
Oh!
All right, just got to haul this stuff away now. Want to get your truck down into this pit and not be able to get it out again? I mean, just drive it on down here. It's fine.
It'll be fine.
Luke?
Yeah. I'll go grab it. Are we actually going to finally do something with him?
With him being, I have a thing going on in my life over there. I mean, he's not obligated to share, but he is doing like a lot of emotional beg blogging.
I gotta say, my friend, you are very squeaky today.
I apologize.
I'm not saying it's bad. I'm just going like, my friend, I feel
It's been, the fires have kicked up in the area again, and it's a little dry again.
Yeah, it is.
Anyway, like it was good for a couple of weeks, and then suddenly the wind shifted and everything.
It was almost, honestly, I think it was only good for like a week.
Okay.
Like,
it was good for several days.
Like, it's so bad.
Several days felt really good, though.
They were real nice. Yeah, I'll go get it. Grab it. Grab it. Get it. Some
hauling later.
I'm gonna haul some ass.
So, I'm guessing how did he get his truck to this area at all?
I don't know.
Did he go from like the main road in front of Lily's house, because it's her house right now, and drive down the road the same way like the direction like the hangar pointed, and then just drive across the bushes and all of the scrub and underbrush on whoever's property that is, because we've established now that it's not ours.
Yeah.
And then park it at the edge of like the end of the road for Route 66, and then the two of them together hauled up these giant ass chunks of rusted metal into the back of his pickup?
Honestly, I have no idea, but you know what just occurred to me?
What?
I remember them going, they said we had to find out whether or not we owned some of the property. You know, they completely dropped that as to whether or not Philip was going to get back to us and say whether or not. So remember the house that we were working on? He said that because remember we weren't sure who owned that house when we were fixing on it, the little small one?
And he never actually answered us.
He never came back.
He just gave us the land record. He didn't actually specifically just say, yes, you own it or you don't.
Yeah.
He just said, oh yeah, it was this thing.
Yeah, sorry, it just occurred to me.
That's interesting.
Because I was thinking about, I'm like, where are you supposed to drive over? Because we still don't know if all of it is actually ours. And I'm like, oh yeah, we don't.
We also can't drive through the actual property. We'd have to come in from the outside. And since none of the property that can get us to here abuts the road, you'd have to drive through whoever owns that stuff space.
Yep.
And I'm just kind of like, you can, and a lot of people with undeveloped land will let you drive your vehicle through it for a purpose. But not everyone, and also, like, over cactuses, you might destroy your tires.
Yeah, just a teensy bit.
All right, 17 trips in a normal pickup truck later.
All right, now this is perfectly normal. This is what everybody does for their days off.
Like, whatever your hauling capacity or weight tolerance of your shocks are, I hope you knew it before you loaded that truck. Anyway.
Yeah, I think that's everything.
All right, you okay over there? Something on your mind?
Oh, no, it's nothing. Don't worry about me. We're just going to repeat this conversation several times because we have already established that the writer who was working on this, though they threw some shade at themselves for not being sure about where to go and that being a little bit burned out for that day, we're still kind of having that because we're trying to drag it out as long as possible.
Her, I'd like to know more about you. Him, nah thanks.
Nah, because I'm not allowed to be much more than sort of, a blank slate, something that people can kind of project their ideas onto. And if we have any extensive amount of characterization, I'm not really included. The characterization's all on you, honey.
I see. Okay.
Until maybe the last possible second, and then I'll break down. It'll be great.
Let's get this all fenced in so nobody falls.
What are you talking about?
We don't want to fence in the junk, honey.
That's why I'm going like, my
Also,
dear.
why didn't we haul any of this away when we cleared away that thing? Like, it would have been a good thing, because if he had to take his truck back home again, and then he's going to have to get it over here for all the tires and things, that's going to be some work.
It has to be a little wild.
Also, depending on how deep that is, that might actually be hard to clear out the bottom, like dredge the lake, you know?
Uh-huh.
Then I'm going, this looks like it is an active moving water source, because it's actually got an inlet over here under the bridge.
Is it an inlet, though, or is it just
Or an
sort
outlet.
Of, like, because that doesn't look like, because this is, I think, over where, here, you can just move it. See, it's right here.
Meaning,
so,
I think it goes underground.
Oh,
I
you
think
really think it goes
it's
underground?
an underground water source. Otherwise, it would have dried up in this area.
You would
Or it would
imagine.
look super, super stagnant.
I feel like not everybody's going to consider that, though, unfortunately,
All right,
in
we're
regards
gonna
to their rendering.
Build a path fence.
Yes, do it!
I mean, we had all the scum and everything else. Why is this water so clear you can see to the bottom?
Yeah, I know.
So you're sure nothing's wrong? Because I'm not going to, like, let this drop, even though you've asked me to twice, basically.
Yeah. No, nothing's wrong.
You just look real grumpy. Okay, as long as you're sure.
Like I said, don't worry about it. Show me where you want to put the fence up.
Where you want the fence put up.
Put up.
We're
Where
gonna
you
be
want
putting up a
fence, put
fence.
up a fence. Put up my fence. Fence is up.
We're going fencing together.
Hey! I did fencing when I was in high school. Why not?
My friend has done some things that are far more interesting than what I've done.
To
me.
It's totally okay.
Right. All right, what else are we gonna fence? Only one of these is a fence. Oh,
Are
wait.
we doing that crap again?
What?
I thought we were gonna go lower than
Hang
that.
on.
A cactus.
Where's the fence that we've already done?
I
Because we did some fence before. Didn't we already do?
No, we didn't. We just moved stuff, I think.
No, because I remember complaining about fence and that only one of them was a real fence because they were standing over here and I said how low it was. Don't you remember they were standing up here at the front of the bridge when they wanted to fence something in? And then we had these three things and I went, this one's not a fence, this is a border, and that one's too low and uneven. It looks like we're fencing the same area again.
I thought that was up here.
But there's no
something.
fence here.
Huh.
So that's what I mean. Like, there should be more than what we did before. But, oh no, it's out here. It's out on the
I was
outside.
just like,
See
no,
it?
what are you talking about? I'm like, I thought it was up higher. Okay.
Okay, I thought you said it was somewhere else. Okay,
No, it's fine.
but we're still not fencing the bottom area.
We're really not.
Also, I love how, don't want anyone to fall in, and it's only on, like, one side of the bridge here, so they can
and there's
fall off this
these
side.
spaces here, and then there's these spaces over here. Like,
But specifically, like, this edge is fine, this edge not fine. Yeah, we zoomed in too far, and I couldn't see the other fence. My apologies, everyone. I was just having a moment.
It's okay.
A moment.
Let's pick an actual fence.
Here. Fence.
Ta-da!
You know, you can tell me if you're worried about stuff.
Oh my
She
god.
will not let this drop.
Okay.
I don't know whether to try and find this endearing, like, hey, I'm showing you that I'm genuinely available to you and I continue to be interested, or if this is really just, I'm going to be nosy and pushy until you let me in. And since I've had a lot of guys in my life I'm going to be nosy and pushy until you let me in, out of overwhelm, out of running out of other ideas of what else you could possibly do to resolve me asking, like, I feel like she's being irritating. And since I don't have any tonal context for how they're doing this, and their friendship feels like not there, it feels very much like an acquaintanceship. I would say
really?
it feels like she's being weirdly pushy. And she hates her mom being pushy, and she hates Blaine being pushy. On the other hand, we often model behaviors that we don't like in other people. So, and that can be part of why we don't like them in other people, because we also don't like them in ourselves.
It's true. There's also that thing, though, too, that I have noticed sometimes where people are, weirdly enough, way more forgiving of where you're going, oh, but you guys are trying to be in a relationship. So therefore, I will tolerate you guys being more on each other's cases, even though, honestly, if you took out the trying to be in a relationship thing and going, imagine if you were just two people who were talking to each other and you were being this invasive.
I say, imagine if there was no romantic context or expectation in this game
At all.
and he was just her neighbor. Like, turn it into a couple of girls or a couple of dudes and assume the whole game's completely heteronormative, right?
Mm-hmm.
So
I mean, it mostly does.
Well, no, but I mean, but if it's heteronormative and there's only same-gender interaction,
Oh, yeah.
then there's no possibility of romance. So you can picture it.
Right.
Their interactions would be weird as shit.
Yep. No, they really would. I also wouldn't, like, I mean, I guess I can see it kind of like where the characterization of basically women even pushing each other, though, I've seen in regards to, like, games or stories, where they're just going,
Usually
no, you
when they're-
really have a problem. You really need to talk to me. I really need you to know. Like, that is considered to be, like, a feminine characteristic that
When
I've heard
I've
of.
seen it, it's with people who are closer to each other.
I
Your
agree.
friend is allowed to batter you when they're your close friend who grew up with you in high school, who recognizes that you're dodging because you're being self-destructive and is like, honey, tell me what's wrong.
Yes.
And you're like, I hate you, but it's not I actually hate you. It's just I'm angry that you can recognize that I actually, one, want attention, even though I'm angry about it, and two, need support.
Yeah.
All right. You know, you can tell me stuff when you're worried about stuff. I care about you. You know, his eyes are humongous. Whoa. Whoa.
No, I know. Yeah, okay, so I gotta say, I really am tired. Like, I know we're dragging this out longer, but I really am kind of tired because this really is like the third conversation, and I am tired of it as a person who's reading this.
What are the writers going for?
What are we doing? Hang on while I clean my glasses because I'm having problems seeing. You're fine.
It's okay. Nothing's wrong. You promise.
Nothing's wrong. I promise.
Oh, well, that's good to know.
Just thinking about stuff
I
and
see.
things. And objects, and object permanence,
Items?
and items,
Yeah.
and you know.
Okay. Well, if you want to talk through what you're thinking about, you know where to find me, which at the moment is right in front of you.
Also, you know what's killing me is they really don't have anything else they're talking about at all. Like, this is what's hurting. Like, I'm like, you guys aren't even very good friends, and we've mentioned that. It'd just be like they have nothing else to really talk about.
Again, there's no implied conversation happening while they're doing the other work.
Uh-huh.
So Lily talks to herself, in my estimation, more than she talks to him. Because when she's doing a task by herself, she'll sometimes cuss at it, she'll sometimes talk to it and ask for, help or beg it to cooperate, or she'll also sit there and she'll sing.
Yeah.
And she doesn't do any of those things when she's doing it with him or with someone else for the most part.
Mm-hmm.
So again, there's no literal conversation and there's not really any implied conversation because again, they don't come out of suggested conversation when it's done. It's just like, well, that's done.
Well, there's an experience.
So it's like
I guess.
I get the impression of what we're doing is going, hey, let's start this task. Yep, okay, we'll do it. And then they're pretty much silent except for maybe some light coordinating words for a couple of hours while they do it. And then, well, that's done. Do you want to do the next thing?
Hooray!
Which is fine and can be a great coworker relationship, but is not the friendship or the romance relationship. To me.
Again, my friend, we might not be the target audience because we are not the McHeteros.
I see.
I sure do. And I'm saying that honestly, y'all should basically improve your hetero storylines because wow,
They should be appealing.
I am tired.
We still need so much more fence and so much more junk out of there. What are we doing?
Oh, don't worry, we get to examine the blast door now.
All right,
That's-
everyone. Time to check your blast
Blast
doors.
Be careful with your beans and your onions.
Check your blast door.
Aye.
Is that a blast door? It looks like, honestly, a shelter door to me, but maybe a blast door is a specific term that I am unaware of. Also, we're having a hard time with
This little...
the Area 51 sign. Everyone just walked right over. It's fine.
I know. I think we're looking at an actual, factual fallout shelter.
Thank you, Luke, because that's what I thought I was looking at, too.
Which is fascinating. Dang, it's even got a combination lock to get in.
What is he
What?
playing with there? Because the keyboard is over here. Did you see his hands do this?
No.
Oh my god, here he goes. He's doing it again. What is he playing with? There's nothing on that part of the door.
What? Dude.
Combination lock.
Dang.
I'll say, okay, so as far as I know, a combination lock is not like a digital lock. So if there's a keyboard, it's different than a combination lock. It's like it has a password.
Maybe it's a specific kind of combination lock? I'm not, I don't know a lot about locks. You're going to have to forgive me. I mostly
true.
watch a dude on YouTube who breaks into locks that are, ones you can pick by hand in, less than a minute, all the time. Sometimes
they're
less
not
than 30 seconds, and it's
usually
awesome.
electrical locks.
At all.
All right, so
But he has done a couple of them, I think, so.
But what is it doing here? I'm still angry about your cactus understanding. This cactus should not be harrowing its bases into a rock.
It's fine.
It should be having all dirt under it.
Dang it. They are plants. I don't know. The 50s and 60s were a wild time.
Well, based on the exposition when we entered this area, it's part of the diorama of where she fell in love. But let's not tell the player, anything different. They're just supposed to assume that we were wrong and we never admit it, that this whole area isn't that thing, and that we're never going to talk about it with each other either.
Yep, because,
Wild time.
Wild time! For a while, everybody and their mother thought there was going to be a nuclear war between, I don't know, everybody?
Remember that Freedom Garden, like 50 episodes back?
Oh my god. Are we really going to be having an episode basically about the Cold War? Is that what we're trying to do? Of being like everybody... the Cold War in the United States, if y'all don't know, was a very big thing for a lot of people, and it was that sort of level of quiet terror, as far as I understand. Now, I wasn't alive during the time, so I really can't, speak on it, but from what I understand, it was pretty intense.
I've only seen about it in the movies, if you will, and I never studied it much because the curriculum I was raised with covered Christian history, which is a trip now that I'm an adult. And I've only had, I have not had enough time to recover and get all of my history straight at all. I kind of went, you know what? History is confusing based on what I did in my Christian Accelerated Learning High School Home Curriculum course. So I'll just do my best. Anyway, what I understand is basically that there was a lot of drills at workplaces and especially at schools of what to do if the bomb was dropped. And that was a very common thing, like we do, like more even than we do fire drills now.
Yeah. Honestly, though, the thing that I think is really funny about that is people are like, if the bomb gonna drop, honey, you dead.
Yes. Well, a lot of people talked about how, the Terminator movies, showed the kids getting under their desks and dying anyway, right?
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, so, it's one of those things.
It's also one of those things that was really funny, even in regards to, like, the Fallout series, where everybody's like, everybody's super prepared for this, because that is, if I remember correctly, the Fallout series itself is based off of the principle of what actually would happen if the bombs were dropped back during that time period. So, actually, I think it's more, like, earlier than that, like, more 50s more than 60s and 70s, so, yeah.
All right.
So, I don't know, everybody?
But all these goofy alien decorations. What goofy alien decorations?
What?
Where? Do you think it could be fake? Part of the whole theme park vibe? I'm not getting a theme park vibe. I'm getting a time capsule diorama vibe. And your mom said theme park, and you kind of like brushed her off. Do you now agree with her? And think it's a theme park? I'm getting there.
Thought had occurred to me, but no ma'am, this is definitely a real blast door.
As an expert on blast doors and how they work, so I just assume that thing over on the side is the combination lock, unless we can't see the combination lock.
Right.
Because he did walk up to the middle of the door and do voodoo.
It's sort of funny.
So getting rid of it probably isn't an option then.
You really are gonna ignore the Area 51 sign. I'm fine.
Why? Okay. Well, also, like, all this alien paraphernalia. Did you guys call the cactuses aliens? I need to know. Like, these green, unusually shaped creatures everywhere. Those are cacti. What?
Cactus. Excuse me.
Excuse me, I'm
an endangered species.
I know, right? I am a delicate and beautiful thing.
People love me. Or at least, like, plants
also,
mostly.
Why would you want to get rid of it? Again, if you're supposed to be refurbishing things, possibly also furbishing, then you should be just figuring out how to clean it up. I appreciate the whole, we just got rid of the hangar, which honestly, bold choice without talking to Mr. Jones or knowing what his expectations really actually are.
No shit.
And that rebuilding buildings. Like, we'll just get rid of this warehouse hangar thing, but we're going to rebuild the entire little castle thing? Why? Why not tear that down if it's a mess too? Or we're going to redo the entire little water wheel thing? Because why? You're so inconsistent. Lily, you're inconsistent. Inconstant. Indecisive.
It's fine. We're gonna die now. Well, if you can't eliminate. Decorate!
Oh, God. I am afraid of how that sentence could be used in other applications.
Oh, my God.
Alrighty. So, plant, glass door, flowers. Why aren't we dealing with the trash?
Also, why can you not get into it? Like, I really need to know.
If we needed to open up the hangar and see what was in there, we need to open up this. We've opened up every other building and seen what was in there.
Uh-huh.
Why would we not open this one?
Like, that seems really unusual. I'm just going, well, I guess we could just bury it under flowers and no one will notice. I'm like, you're really not going to ask
Again.
Philip about this at all?
I say, Philip, have you ever been in this place? Mom, have you ever been in this place?
Uh-huh.
Going, Mom, do you know the passcode? All right, well,
All right.
there we go. So that was, at least we've gone down into the blast door area. Yeah, so there's the other fence. I apologize. I really did just, like, think that this area was that area for a second.
It's okay.
I lost it when they zoomed in.
It's all right. I support you.
All right, so in the next one, we will decorate some things and see if we can find some alien paraphernalia, I hope.
I want to say, I hope they actually kind of deal with it.
Maybe we'll plant alien flowers.
Ooh, what do they consider alien flowers to be? Paradise flowers, maybe? Like, yes, I know. All right, well, thank you very much, guys, for joining us. If you like what we do, please feel free to like, comment, subscribe, and also share our videos. If you're having a good time with us, please also feel free to go check out our Ko-Fi or Patreon. I've got some links in the description down below. And I have been Scandal.
And I have been Lies.
And it was great playing with you.
Bye!